Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. And I just wanted to thank you guys all so much for your continued love and support. And to those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. I do hope that you will find that this reading does resonate for you today, and also encourage you to also check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, as well. So today's pick a card reading is going to be one that was subscriber requested. Last Friday, I did end up taking a little bit of a break as I needed some time to just rest. And it was very beneficial to me to just kind of recharge my batteries, as sometimes reading can be very draining. And so I just need a little bit of a reset. So I thank you guys so much for your patience with that. So today we have a pick your card reading that was subscriber requested. Last Friday, when I posted the notification that I was going to be taking a little bit of a rest, I asked those of you that are subscribed to the channel for your ideas that you had for our future pick your card reading. So this is one of them. This is going to be for those of you that are feeling a little bit stuck or lost, and you're trying to figure out what is it that you need to do or to change or to shift, or it could be maybe a decision that you have to make and you're feeling stuck, or maybe you're feeling a little bit lost on your path. So we're just going to kind of leave this open for whatever messages Spirit does want to bring forth for you today. For this reading, we do have 3 beautiful crystals out here. And I also want to say that if you do feel drawn to more than one pile for this reading, it is perfectly okay with this, because you may have messages going across the different piles here. I do have the crystals out. However, we are going to be shuffling and putting the piles together, especially for those of you that like to see your pile with the crystal on top of it. So you will have a timestamp down below that I will call pile selection, and it will be your cards all shuffled with the crystal on top of it. And those of you that like to watch the shuffling process, you're more than welcome to do that as well. If you already know just from looking at the crystals which one you feel drawn to, you can go ahead and jump straight down into the reading by clicking the corresponding pile number. So this is going to be pile 1, and that is going to be with this little amethyst crystal for pile number 1. Pile number 2 is going to be this angel aura quartz for pile 2, and then pile number 3 is going to be this little druzy agate moon for pile number 3. Okay, so take a moment to meditate on the crystals, whichever one you do feel is calling to you the most, and you can choose which one you do feel the most intuitively drawn to. As I said, we are going to be shuffling and putting these piles together. You can watch that process, or you can go straight to the timestamp that is called pile selection to look at your pile with the crystal. Or if you already know, you can click straight to the timestamp and jump right into your reading. Okay, so timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys there. Okay, so let's get these piles put together. We're going to be pulling the tarot as well as the oracle, and we're going to be using 2 different tarot decks today. So we're setting the intention for this reading that the messages that are coming forward for you today are going to be for those of you that are feeling stuck or lost. So let's get into it, shuffling the piles, putting them together. So messages, Spirit, for those that are feeling stuck or lost. And we're going to pull 3 cards from this tarot deck here. And this is the Moonchild Tarot. I will have all the names of the decks that I'm using today listed in the description box for you guys. So, messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. There's 1. Messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. Okay, so that's for pile 1. And we've got pile 2. Messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. What messages do they need to hear at this time? Now for pile number 3, messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. Yes, this one is coming too. All right. So now we'll go into our next tarot deck. And this is going to be the Star Child Tarot. So let's see. Messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. We're going to pull 2 from this deck. And let's go to pile number 3. Okay, so we're all set with our tarot. And now let's go into our oracle cards. And this one here is going to be the Spiritual Awakening 52 Universal Law Oracle cards. So we're going to pull one of these, maybe 2. Let's pull 2. Messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. Use that one. And then for pile 2, and then pile number 3. Okay, so now let's go into this one here, and this one is the Divine Intervention Oracle. And we'll get one of these. Messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost, Spirit. Stuck or lost. For pile 2. And then pile number 3. Okay, and then we're going to pull one of these, and this is actually a mix of 3 different oracle decks, and they are all by artwork by Rebecca Campbell. So this one has the Starseed Oracle, I think it's the Rose Oracle, and then also the, I believe this one is the Work Your Light Oracle, and I just like to mix them all together. So let's see, pile number 1. Messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. Pile number 2. And then pile number 3. Okay. And then next we have this deck here, which is the Daily Crystal Inspirations Oracle deck. So pile number 1, messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. And let's do pile 2. And then pile number 3. Okay. And then the other oracle decks that I do have here are the Universe Has Your Back, and then also the Super Attractor Oracle. So we are actually going to save these for the end of each of your piles, just to get some additional messages, guidance, advice. So I'm actually going to move these under here. And we'll do that for pile 2. And then that is for pile 3. Okay, so our piles are all put together. Pile number 1, this is going to be yours here with the amethyst. Pile 2, this is going to be yours with the angel aura. And then pile number 3, this is going to be yours with this druzy agate moon. So as I said, if you do feel drawn to more than one pile, that is perfectly okay for this reading. So timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi pile 1, so those of you that resonated with this amethyst crystal, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out messages to help you for those of you that are feeling stuck or lost. So let's take a look at your tarot first, and then we will also bring out your oracle messages. So we have the 3 of Cups. We have the Star. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the King of Swords. And then we also have the Emperor. So these are some really beautiful cards that you do have, pile 1. They're very strong. So we'll see what the oracle have. We have the law of karma, and it says you are being called to a higher purpose. We also have the law of non-attachment, and it says let go, release, and allow miracles. We have cracked open, and it says rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. We also have stop hiding, start sharing your brilliance and gifts with the world as you step into the spotlight. And then we also have rhodochrosite, and it says remember your worth. Wow. Okay, so as I said, the tarot that you have is very, very beautiful energy. And so regardless of what it is that you might be feeling stuck with, the one thing that I noticed was the first card out here is the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups is talking about community, talking about people, maybe even supportive friends, which could, in fact be family members or people that are supportive to you with whatever your choices, your decisions really are. And so I'm seeing here how you do have the Star, and the Star is about having trust, faith, and belief in the way in which your soul, your spirit, your higher self, angels, ancestors, spirit guides are leading you. And so with the Queen of Wands energy here, this is talking about you stepping into your power, and also about having a certain amount of confidence in that whatever this is that you are feeling stuck with, that you for some of you, it can be working on your confidence, working on your self-esteem, learning how to better reclaim your power. And that can be, because I am seeing the law of non-attachment here, and also the cracked open rock bottom. Okay, so both of these energies here could be for those of you that are going through maybe some very challenging type of situations or decisions. And the non-attachment could be the release or the letting go of, I feel like, any type of limited thinking. And I feel like I do want to clarify this for you a little bit, okay? Because letting go and releasing in order for you to allow miracles is what Spirit's saying here. And the Star is about wishes being fulfilled, right? Things coming into alignment, or you coming into alignment with the things that you truly want, the things that you truly desire. And so with the cracked open, you can see that she, in a way, I'm seeing this as kind of like your 3D self that is breaking open here, and it's revealing this beautiful cosmic energy that lies beneath you. And there is this beautiful radiant energy that's also surrounding her. And so some of you might quite literally feel like you've hit rock bottom. And maybe there's things that are kind of that you're going through that may feel like they're kind of like outside your control. And so surrendering to the alchemy of life means that we're not trying to hold on to, we're not trying to force, we're not trying to, force situations to happen. We are surrendering to whatever this is that we're going through. And it does feel like there is change, transformation. There's also healing that's happening here, especially with the star energy. And I feel like a lot of that could be helping you to heal your level of confidence, your self-esteem that you have in yourself, reclaiming your power. The King of Swords energy is also a card of higher consciousness and about clarity of thought and, being in that clear headspace so that you can make and take action, decisions, with whatever this is that you're envisioning or even planning for yourself. And the Emperor energy is masculine in that this could be the aspect of the self that is a lot more focused, a lot more disciplined, a lot more grounded, stable. But it's also about you stepping into your power to help you to lead, because that's essentially what the Emperor is, a leader. And so these energies, looking at them combined with the Queen of Wands, King of Swords, and the Emperor is incredibly powerful. And so I'm seeing that you are allowing whatever this is that you're going through, right? Because we have the law of karma here. And so to me, this is maybe some of you could be in very karmic type of situations, lessons, and this is a need for release. And that release can be symbolic for you releasing an old way of thinking, maybe a current situation that is no longer in alignment for you. And to me, this is kind of you uncovering your most authentic self, right? So there's a lot of powerful transformation that's taking place here. But I am also feeling with the Three of Cups that this is Spirit wanting you to surround yourself with people who are a vibrational match for you. And that could be friends. It can also be that at this time, don't be afraid to ask for help, right? Because with the support of people that love you and that you love, it can be something very incredible. So I am seeing this influence of community here. And maybe for some of you, it is moving towards a place that has a stronger energy of support and love and creativity, and allows you to allow that energy to just kind of flow. Because we're also seeing stop hiding, and it says start sharing your brilliance and gifts with the world as you step into the spotlight, right? And that is completely fitting, especially for the Queen of Wands energy, okay? So, and then we also have remember your worth. So I'm almost feeling like this is Spirit wanting you to really allow yourself to release any of these, like I said, it could be insecurities, fears, doubts, things that you might have, self-limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging thoughts, behaviors, insecurities, clouded judgment, anything that you're kind of going through at this time. And also not trying to, like, let's just say, because if you are, basically feeling kind of like rock bottom, a little low, maybe even dealing with depression or sadness or, feeling completely out of balance at this time, it's about us, in a way, allowing us to embrace that energy in a way that, and I feel like in a way that we're allowing ourselves to embrace whatever it is that's taking place within us, right? Because we don't all feel great 100% of the time, okay? And I can think back to when I went through this type of energy myself, and I felt extremely low. I was stuck in a depression, and I ended up having to go on a bunch of different medications to help with my mental health, right? So this is about you getting the help that you need, but it's also understanding that we cannot control, right? We cannot try to control other people, other situations. All we can do is really surrender to whatever type of situations in a way that we're going through. And not saying that if you're feeling stuck, or if you're feeling lost, or if you're feeling stuck in a situation or in a job, that you just have to stay there. That's not what I'm really saying with the surrender. It's understanding that we have no power or control over what we're going through energetically, or even karmically speaking, right? Because we may be in some type of karmic lessons or cycles, or needing to kind of clear certain things, right? We can only allow these energies to do what they're going to do. They could be teaching you a specific lesson, but through this, to me, this is the breaking down of the old self that is no longer in alignment. To me, this says a lot about you shedding skin, right? And uncovering your divinity in a sense, okay? So this is also us not being attached to, let's just say, a specific job or a specific relationship if we no longer feel like it is a match for us, right? So when we can let go and release of attachment of a specific career field, or a specific relationship, or a specific friendship, right? We can then become an energetic match for something that is more in alignment with us, right? So that can be walking away from a job, walking away from a relationship that we no longer feel suits us, okay? This is Spirit saying here, remember your worth, right? So don't settle for less than what you are truly deserving of, regardless of what that is. If it's a relationship, or if it is a job, a career that you feel is no longer a fit, right? This is Spirit saying here, you have a powerful mind, I'm seeing, with that King of Swords energy. Very much a visionary, planning. This is a time for you to really step into your authenticity, your truth, find your voice, speak your truth, right? The Queen of Wands is also a beautiful energy of creativity and powerful manifestation, right? Many of you have these gifts that you're uncovering and discovering about yourself, and with the star energy here, are meant to shine, are meant to be in the spotlight. And this is, it's a little bit, for some of you, a little bit of a painful process as you're going through this transformation, right? When we do hit rock bottom, when we're going through a dark night of the soul, when we feel like, wow, why am I going through all of these things? Like, how am I ever going to see the light of day again? Or how am I ever going to move out of this difficult, challenging energy, right? So this is something that's happening on a very deep, I feel like, energetic level for you. Like I said, she looks like she's cracking open her 3D self and revealing her authentic spirit, her soul. And this is you essentially stepping into your power, becoming your higher self, right? There's a lot of transformation that's taking place here within the mind, within the intellect. And so this is a beautiful spiritual energy. And I know that some of you that are feeling stuck or even feeling lost right now, you're like, okay, well, I don't even feel like that. I'm not even close to that. Okay. So we're going to look at this here with what Spirit is saying. You're needing to let go of or release in order to allow these miracles to take place, because I'm looking at this and there's a key here, which is telling me that for you, there could be some type of new opportunity that Spirit is wanting you to take in order for you to change and maybe even remove yourself out of the situation that you could be in currently. Okay. And then we have, you are being called to a higher purpose. Okay. So many of you, this can be clearing this karmic energy for yourself so that you are able to step into where you are ultimately meant to be. Maybe for some of you, it is your life purpose, right? I'm feeling with the Queen of Wands energy here, many of you are leaders. You're very powerful energy of creativity, right? And that can be you blazing your own trail, being independent, doing your own thing. Some of you meant to connect and network, maybe even with other people who are in that same vibrational energy as you. So don't be afraid, right, of putting yourself out there and meeting and connecting with new people. So let's see here. Pile number 1. What are you needing to let go and release? What is pile number 1 needing to let go of and release? We have the 2 of Cups. So some of you, this could quite literally be a relationship. Okay, it could even be a friendship. It can be a commitment that you have to a specific job that is no longer in alignment for you. Okay, let's see what else. What is pile number 2? I'm sorry, pile number 1. What is pile number 1 needing to let go of and release? We have the Six of Swords. Okay, so this is also a card of some type of transition or moving on. Okay, like I said, this Two of Cups can be a relationship, some type of commitment that you have. Some of you can be loved ones, family members, even a commitment that you have with a business, maybe say like a business partnership. Some of you are kind of questioning, should I leave this job? Okay, so there is a card of moving on here with the Six of Swords, right? We have the law of non-attachment. So it's not that we're trying to hold on to something that where we know, okay, I'm not married to well, you could literally be married to someone that you might feel like you want to move on from. But this is more or less about you transitioning into a more calming, more peaceful, more balanced energy for yourself. Let's see what else. What is pile number 1 needing to let go of, release? We have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you, it is a job. Okay, it could be a job. I'm also getting, for some of you, it can even be a need for you to even, I feel like, let go of people, whether they be friends, coworkers, people who are in your life right now that are not in alignment with the you are ultimately becoming, right? If they are not resonant of that same type of vibrational energy of what you are trying to accomplish within your life, right? It can really be taking a good look at it and really separating yourself from people that you know are not really in alignment. And some of you, it is work. Some of you, like I said, it could be a relationship. Okay, so let's get some oracle messages here. Right? Some of you, especially with the remember your worth, maybe are you settling in a relationship? Okay. Settling at a job. Especially if Spirit's saying here, you are being called to a higher purpose, it may be something completely different than when that job is. And so this case with the Six of Swords, it's a need for moving on, right? So that could be your confirmation right now. Yes, you should move away from that. Yes, you should move on to something else. Yes, you should follow, where your spirit is kind of leading you. So pile number 1. We have to begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let Spirit give me direction. Okay? I must get out of the way and let Spirit give me direction. We also have feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. Okay? So it can also be a need for you to kind of work on your own energy, right? Your own healing. Because sometimes if we are left kind of in a place where we are feeling unhappy or discontent, we feel like, well, if I do this, it's going to make me happier. Or if I do that, it's going to make me happier, right? Placing that attachment towards something else, that this is going to be the thing that makes me happy, right? When really we're needing to kind of find that joy and happiness within ourselves, right? And that takes work, right? We can't just snap our fingers and all of a sudden we're happy and we're fine and we're good, right? But we can reach out to other people to get the support that we need, or to surround ourselves with people who are supportive, who do care about us, and people that we also care about, okay? Because this is literally Spirit saying here, feeling good is going to bring you far more than what you ever thought that you needed, right? Sometimes we feel like, I need this other thing, or I need that, I need this, right? And sometimes it's more or less about us finding that happiness within the self, okay? Instead of placing that happiness onto something or someone else. Let's see here. We have, my greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force. They come through freedom, right? And that's what this is saying here. Surrender to the alchemy of life, right? When we can trust Spirit is giving us direction, we can trust that with that star energy and have trust and faith that Spirit is leading us towards ultimately where we're meant to be. Sure, that process of getting there can be painful. It can be challenging. But this is also a time for us to really kind of embrace whatever this is that we're going through, right? Honor everything that's kind of coming up and understanding that it's happening for our highest good. Sometimes, like I said, it can be extremely painful, very challenging, and we kind of feel like we're stuck in this hole and we don't know how we're going to get out of it, right? How we're going to be able to kind of make it through that, okay? But we are learning how to let go and release ourselves from certain situations that are not in alignment, okay? Underneath the deck, we have, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment, okay? So it's focusing on the here and the now and not just all about, you know, what's going to happen here, what's going to happen there, right? Because Spirit is wanting you with that King of Swords to stay very focused, right? Very clear mind, rational, logical thinking, so that we can stay in a place of planning and organizing, well-organized thoughts. Let's see here. Messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost for pile number 1. What messages they need to hear. We have, I am the dreamer of my dream. I am the dreamer of my dream. Which is also, to me, kind of saying in a way that you are in control of your reality, right? We choose to remove ourselves out of situations. We can choose to, you know, embark on new paths, right? Ultimately, we are in control of our manifestation, right? With that Queen of Wands energy, right? But also when we find ourselves in places that are not so great, right? This is us learning to let go, to surrender, and not be attached to any one thing, okay? We have, I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love, right? So this could be the, you know, symbolic for those of you that have chosen to keep yourself stuck in a place of fear. But this is Spirit saying, let's choose again, but let's choose a little differently. Okay, maybe making choices out of a place of fear, and those not being, you know, really things that we find ourselves the most happy in. Okay, so let's see what else. We have, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Okay, so this can also be, you know, like I said, with the Three of Cups, it can be connecting and, you know, bringing in a sense of community, having fun, having a good time, letting loose, making new friends, meeting new people, being open, you know, to having that. Because the Three of Cups can be a very beautiful, very celebratory energy. So this, I feel like, is also Spirit encouraging you to connect with others, okay? Because this, I feel like, with the universe works fast when I'm having fun. To me, this says a lot about your own energy, your own vibration, right? So if we're feeling kind of like down in the dumps and we're feeling unhappy, we can definitely be kind of residing in a lot of those lower vibrational energies. So when we can really work towards elevating ourselves, our own energy, our manifestations may come into alignment a lot faster. We may start to notice that as we are in alignment, the things that we truly desire are happening that's not even a word, are happening a lot easier for us, okay? The universe fast when I'm having fun. So yes, to me that says a lot about your energetic alignment, okay? We also have at the bottom, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real, right? So this to me is a lot about you, again, having trust, having faith that if you bring up and work towards elevating your energy, right? Especially for those of you that might be feeling a little sad, right? Wanting things to change, wanting things to shift. Maybe it is a need for you to kind of get with other people, supportive people, friends, family, or even be open to meeting new people. And those being people that will help you maybe even to change or shift your perspective and the way that you look at yourself and what is also possible for you. Okay? But this is a lot about a lot of huge, I feel like, shift, transformation. Okay? Really working on your own energy here. Instead of choosing fear, this would also be to me a something that we're needing to kind of release and let go of, so that we can then allow those miracles, or, you know, whatever this is that we're trying to bring into our life, to happen faster for us, right? The more that we are in energetic alignment for that. So it's definitely a lot of self-work, right, that we're doing here. And answering the call of our soul, right? Having confidence in ourselves that if we choose to have trust and faith in where spirit is guiding us, like I said, sometimes the path to get there is not an easy one, right? If it were easy, everybody would be, you know, having everything. This definitely takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment to you becoming a better version of self. And this is spirit saying here, you're being called to a higher purpose. For some of you, it is your soul's purpose, right? Many of you, like I said, with the gifts that you have, the talents, the skills, this is spirit saying, remember your worth. If you know I can have a better job, or I'm deserving of a better relationship, go for it, right? Know that the universe is there supporting you and helping you to bring you what it is that you desire. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here for you, pile number 1. I do hope this is helpful for you, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonate with this angel aura quartz, this is going to be your reading today. And so we are getting messages for those of you that are feeling stuck or lost, and getting some encouraging messages from spirit for you. So let's look at your tarot first, and we'll also be putting out your oracle. So we have the Chariot. We have Serenity, which is the Hermit energy. We have the Moon. We also have the Lovers. And then we also have the 8 of Wands. Okay, so let's see with your oracle. We'll do these ones first. We have the Law of Rhythm, and it says the universe is guiding you. Go with the flow. We also have the Law of Pure Potential, and it says open your mind to all possibilities and allow yourself to receive everything. We also have Lost Lands, and it says soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. We also have self-love. Cultivate love, compassion, and kindness to yourself first before giving to others. And then we also have Amazonite, and it says loosen your grip. Okay, loosen your grip. And I want to look a little bit into what that is. But sometimes that is when we're trying to force something, or we've become maybe like holding on to the comfort zone, or maybe we're holding on to fear, right? And we're really just needing to learn how to surrender and let go, and let the universe kind of guide us, right? Because we have the universe is guiding you. Go with the flow. So to me, this can talk about some type of resistance that you might be creating for yourself, okay? The one issue that I'm seeing here with this is the moon, right? The moon can bring in a lot of clouded judgment, a lot of insecurities, a lot of fears, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubt, even a lot of suppressed or repressed feelings and emotions that can be something that are making us maybe feel confused or making us feel stuck, right? So I'm feeling like your advice here with the Hermit energy here is to really take some time to reflect within the self, because the Hermit is an energy of solitude. It is an energy of introspection and reflection, right? So in that period of reflection, you can see here, she looks very peaceful, like she's in a place of meditation. And through this time that we take for ourselves and just kind of shut out the world, right? We can take this time for ourselves and really kind of go within the self to really find those answers that we're looking for, sometimes outside of ourselves, okay? Sometimes all it is that we really need is quiet, calm, meditation, stillness, and to be able to kind of access that wisdom and that knowledge that does come from within the self. Okay, I'm seeing that with the Lover's energy here. For many of you, yes, it could be talking about maybe a specific relationship or connection, maybe even a family situation, but the Lovers is about us choosing or making a choice, maybe even a major life decision. But Spirit is wanting you to be guided by your heart. And sometimes with the Moon energy, this can make us feel very clouded, right? Especially if we have anxiety or fear about moving forward with something, especially for those of you that are feeling a little bit stuck or lost. But the Lover's energy with that Hermit energy is we are taking time to really listen to what our heart is telling us, right? Because the answers are within the self. And we find them through that experience with the Hermit, where we just kind of withdraw, take some time to withdraw, take some time for solitude. Maybe it's a rest, maybe it's vacation, maybe it is going for a walk, doing something that is very meditative for you, right? Sometimes those answers can even happen when you're washing the dishes, when you're vacuuming, when you're doing laundry, when you're taking a shower, and just kind of like you allow your mind to just rest, okay? So with the Lover's energy, to me, this is about Spirit saying that your heart is leading you, right? Your heart is leading you into a specific direction. And the Eight of Wands energy to me is about the energy that's in motion, right? So this can be about you putting forth the energy towards where you feel your heart is leading you, right? And that may be through you even working through the fears, even working through the anxiety that you might have, and finding that stillness and calmness and peace from within the self so that you can get up in that chariot and find, I feel like through here, the strength, the willpower, because that with the chariot energy, it is about us balancing out our own energy, right? Having willpower, having determination to lead ourselves towards success or victory or something that we're wanting here, right? But this is also Spirit saying here to cultivate self-love, compassion, and kindness to yourself first before giving that energy to others, right? So sometimes that can be a need for us to really just take that time, right? To not think about other people's opinions, the input of other people, but more for us to just kind of go within the self, right? So to me, like I said, with the Amazonite here with loosen your grip, it could be something that you're holding on to, right? Maybe it is the fears, maybe it's anxiety, okay? We have soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. We have lost lands. So to me, this is also talking about maybe certain skills that you have, certain hobbies, certain talents, maybe being able to accomplish certain things, maybe for those of you that do believe in past lives. And this is kind of like, in a way, you're remembering who you are. You're remembering what your power is, right? You're opening up to your pure potential here. It says, open your mind to all possibilities and allow yourself to receive everything, okay? The law of rhythm, the universe is guiding you. Go with the flow. So I do want to look a little bit more at this here and see what Spirit is saying you're needing to loosen your grip with. Like I said, to me, that is some type of resistance there. We should probably clarify this and the Moon energy. So what is this? Loosen your grip for pile number 2. What is pile number 2 needing to loosen their grip with? We have the Three of Pentacles. We have, okay, this is very clear for some of you. This is work, okay? Some of you, it is your career path, okay? The Eight of Pentacles is a card of self-mastery. Maybe for some of you, it's going to school. The Eight of Pentacles can also talk about apprenticeship or even working on hobbies, skills, talents. It's us putting in a lot of dedicated effort into something. The Three of Pentacles is also about networking, about community. This could be like your coworkers, your job, things of that nature. So some of you, it can be a need to maybe even let go of the current place that you work in order for you to open yourself up to where your heart is really calling you towards. Okay, so let's get one more, right? Some of you, it can even be that you're feeling called to start your own business. Okay. or choose to focus on you. What is this? Loosen your grip for pile number 2. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity for a new start, a new beginning. For some of you, it can be because I'm seeing a lot of the energy of work here. The Ace of Pentacles, maybe you're starting a new career. Okay, maybe it's a need for letting go of one that is no longer in alignment for you, and you open yourself up to where your heart is really calling you towards, right? The career path that you really want to be on. That Ace of Pentacles is giving you that opportunity, maybe even to make more money, to start your own business, to maybe getting a loan, right, for school, and you're deciding to go back to school so that you can further your education, or really opening up to your talents and skills here. So this can definitely be a new beginning here as far as finances, increasing your finances, making things better for yourself, right? So to me, this also says a lot about not getting stuck in the comfort zone, especially if we feel like we're being paid less than we're worth. You want something more for yourself. This is Spirit supporting you and your decision to kind of maybe even take your career path into a different direction. But of course, with that Lover's energy being there, it's about you choosing what your heart is telling you, right? So that you find fulfillment, you find happiness, you find yourself in a place of success. But it also comes to you having the willpower, right? And we don't always have that. Sometimes we do allow fear to hold us back from us creating magic within our life. And so that Ace of Pentacles is saying there is an opportunity for here. Don't be afraid of taking that opportunity that's there if that is where your heart is ultimately leading towards, right? And if you are feeling a little bit confused, a little bit stuck, a little bit lost, take this time within that Hermit energy, honor that space that you're in, because this is where we are able to kind of work through all of those shadow aspects, all of the inner child healing, all of the insecurities and fears and feeling lost, right? That's what the Hermit is. Sometimes we do feel lost, and we need to kind of take that time to find our way to navigate through that darkness, right? The Hermit energy can sometimes talk about people who feel maybe a little bit depressed, a little bit sad, going through a dark night of the soul, and just kind of working through all of that energy. And it's not, sometimes it's not the most happiest place to be in, right? We can feel pretty low, pretty down, like we're trying to really find ourselves and discover who we are. And that's also something very beautiful about the Hermit energy, is we are able to kind of help our way navigate through that darkness, right? So if you are feeling stuck and confused and lost right now, honor that space, right? Don't try to hurry up and rush to the finish line of trying to skip, let's just say, spiritual levels of trying to hurry up and find what your purpose is, right? Because sometimes it takes us time. It takes us time. So honor that space that you're in right now, and know that the universe will open up. But this is also with the loosen your grip here. It's about you being open to change, open to transformation, and where your heart is ultimately leading you towards, right? Letting go of those fears, or maybe even highlighting them, right? Shedding light upon them, illuminating them, right? Where are these fears coming from? What is stopping you from being able to go after that new job or go after that new career, right? Especially if your heart is in it. And that's the most important thing here with the Lover's energy, that Spirit is wanting you to allow your heart to lead you with that Chariot energy, and for you to feel confident in the decision that you choose to make for yourself, right? So honor that space. Even though you might be feeling a little bit down, allow yourself to feel your feelings, right? This is us using their Hermit energy to our benefit, to allow us to kind of work through those energies, to gain the clarity, the answers, the insight that we need through this process of self-reflection, right? So we're not just sitting there by ourselves at home, stuck in fear, right? Yes, we can have that, but this is actually us using this to our benefit, in that we are actually working through it, right? Maybe this comes from you taking some time and space for yourself, and you journal, right? Through your feelings. You take time to meditate. You take time to, maybe write down, this is what my fear is. This is what I acknowledge about myself that I need to change. Maybe I'm too afraid. Maybe I have self-sabotaging thoughts, right? We can bring it to the forefront of our mind and kind of discover, why do I feel this way? Where are these fears coming from, right? Because the moon energy is talking about our subconscious mind. We can have a lot of not so great stuff that's hiding in there, right? That is blocking us from this new beginning. So us loosening the grip, to me, maybe for some of you, it's working on self-love, right? Finding balance and union within the self between healing, because that's also what the Hermit energy is, a lot of healing. Maybe you're healing both your feminine and your masculine energies within the self, right? Nurturing yourself with the feminine, which is also something that we're seeing here. And then the masculine energy and bringing that into balance, right? Being more disciplined, being more assertive, being more focused, not being afraid of taking the lead and taking action where we need to, right? Because the Eight of Wands is all about putting energy in motion, okay? So let's also clarify the moon. Let's see here, pile number 2. Why is the moon energy here? Maybe we fear the unknown, right? With the moon energy. Let the doubts in our mind keep us from choosing to follow our heart. We have the Nine of Cups, okay? Now the Nine of Cups is about wishes being fulfilled, okay? Happiness, contentment, abundance, feeling abundant, right? So this can even be, maybe for some of you, a fear of success, right? A fear of success. Maybe a fear or doubts that what you want is not going to happen for you, is not going to come true, okay? Let's see, what is this moon energy here? We have the Fool energy, okay? Starseed in this deck. But the Fool energy is about us taking the leap of faith, taking the risk, right? So maybe we fear a new beginning. We fear taking the risk. We fear taking the leap of faith into the possibilities. And that's what the Fool is about, right? Complete trust, faith, that if we make this change, the universe is going to support that. Maybe for some of you, you feel like, oh, if I do this, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if I don't make money? What if I don't get a job? What if I'm not successful? What if I'm this? What if I'm that? Right? So we're blocking ourselves from bringing this into a space where we are ready and open to receive that. So let's see what else. We have the Seven of Cups. For some of you, it can be feeling overwhelmed because you have many choices, many options, many different ideas. Okay? The Seven of Cups can be about exploring those options, recognizing that there are opportunities that are there for us. The Seven of Cups can also be a lot of clouded judgment, a feeling very overwhelmed, feeling like you're being torn in so many different directions. And, you know, which is it going to be? Is it going to be this career path, that career path? What is it that my heart is really telling me, right? Your heart has the answer, but that moon energy bringing in fears and doubts could make you feel clouded. Like my heart is telling me I want to be in all of these different things, right? That is where this Hermit energy comes in. So you can really listen to what your soul is saying to you, right? I'm also seeing the Five of Pentacles at the bottom. This is a card of lack, a card of scarcity, right? So some of you can be fearing making some type of change or decision because you worry about lack. You worry about not being able to make the money, not having enough, not being enough, right? In order to make this a success for yourself. So this is basically Spirit saying here, open your mind to the possibilities, right? The universe is supporting you creating and making this change. All you have to do is listen to what your heart is telling you, right? And have enough willpower and focus and determination to say, this is what I want. And I know that what I want wants me. I'm going to keep myself open to that. This is Spirit saying, you've done this before, right? This isn't your first time that you've been able to accomplish this, maybe this level of wealth or security or abundance for yourself, right? The universe is guiding you. Go with the flow. And that's what that Chariot is about, progress and movement forward. So let's get some Oracle messages, advice, and guidance for you. Pile number 2 for those of you that are feeling stuck or lost. Let's see. We have I surrender to a power greater than me. We also have in any moment I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. We have I am the dreamer of my dream. We also have true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers, right? And that's what I was saying earlier, is to allow yourself to feel your feelings. Honor that space that you're in right now. Okay? Let's see here. Pile number 2. We have when I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen, right? So that's a lot of trust, a lot of openness that we are giving to the universe to allow to guide us. We have believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming even when I can't yet see the result. Let's see. We also have each time I choose to tune into spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. And let's get your last message, pile number 2. We have I am patient, knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. Okay? So beautiful message there for you, pile number 2. I do hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with this moon here, this is going to be your reading. So we're finding out today messages for those of you that are feeling stuck or lost. We're getting some encouraging messages from Spirit. So we're going to start off with your tarot, and then we will look at your oracle as well. We have the Hermit. We have the Four of Cups. We have Justice. The Nine of Wands. Wow, we also have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so this does look like some really heavy energy that you are dealing with. And it is feeling very unhappy with the Four of Cups energy here, feeling discontent. The Nine of Wands energy can also be that you maybe feel like you've gone through a lot. I'm seeing this either with the Ten of Swords energy here, maybe even of pain. Maybe challenging situations that you've gone through that have come to maybe even painful endings for you. But to me, this Nine of Swords or Ten of Swords is also talking a lot about feeling just mentally just done, tired, exhausted, drained. And maybe for some of you with the Hermit and the Four of Cups, you've been kind of stuck in this energy for a little bit. Okay? The Four of Cups is really about us feeling, for some of you, can be feeling very withdrawn, maybe from others. Some of you may have been feeling maybe a little bit lonely, definitely feeling pretty lost, and feeling like, how can I change the circumstances? How can I work through this energy, right? You may feel alone or very lonely, or feeling like you're not being supported. And I am sorry if you do feel that way. But I feel like, looking at this here, this feels like you are kind of like, maybe for some of you, at like your wit's end, just feeling really, really drained. I'm feeling like mentally, emotionally, physically tired. Okay, maybe you've gone through a lot of karmic cycles that have been increasingly challenging for you. Some of you could be putting out a lot of your own energy to try to keep up, or to try to get things done, or to try to navigate through this difficult energy that you're going through. And with the Justice card, it is a need to really also look at our choices, look at our decisions that we've made, and how these decisions have led us to the place that we're in at this time, right? Because Justice is about karma. And so karmically, you could be kind of stuck in a cycle where you feel this Four of Cups energy. And the Four of Cups can talk about boredom. It can talk about us feeling indifferent, maybe to life at this time. Maybe we're feeling like we've gone through so much that we just don't care anymore, and we feel just checked out, and we feel just so drained and just kind of tired and waiting for things to just change, and feeling like we've been stuck in this energy for so long. Like, when are we going to get out of it? When is this going to end? When am I going to stop feeling this way? Okay. But the Four of Cups energy here can also talk about missed opportunities, or us having a blind spot. There's something about our situation. Maybe there's a lesson that we're meant to learn from this experience that we're going through, or there could be opportunities that are surrounding you, but Spirit's saying you have a little bit of a blind spot of maybe not seeing something that might be able to help you to get out of a specific situation, right? The Nine of Wands is also talking about you being someone who may have gone through a lot and feeling tired, wanting to give up, feeling just done, basically, right? The Nine of Wands is also a card of resilience, right? So this is that being that we are nearing the completion of a very difficult cycle that you've gone through, okay? So let's look at your oracle cards here and see what else we have for you, pile number 3. We have the law of eternality, and it says, live like you are dying. Okay. We also have the law of oneness, and it says, release the need to make anyone wrong and unify with your truth. Okay. Because the Four of Cups energy can definitely talk about boredom, indifference, not being happy, not feeling content, right? And this can definitely put us in a very energy of just feeling dissatisfied with everything in our life. And sometimes when we get in that energy, we cannot see ourselves getting out of it, right? So we feel very unhappy. And maybe we don't know how to get ourselves out of that energy, especially if it's leading into feelings of depression or sadness that we're kind of stuck in, right? Maybe we are someone who tends to isolate or shuts other people out, shuts out the whole world, and just kind of do things off by ourselves. And so the law of eternality for you is also about you needing to see, and which is not hard, it's not easy to do, right? Especially depending on where you are emotionally. So when we're in that Four of Cups energy, it can really drain us emotionally. It can make us feel very unstable on an emotional level. And so this message here about living like you're dying is about you doing things in your life that do bring you happiness, that do bring you fulfillment. Because if there's something that you're feeling unhappy with in your life right now, this is Spirit saying you have the power to change it, right? But the Four of Cups energy, being that we could have a blind spot and not seeing the beauty of life surrounding us, could be that there are opportunities to change what our situation is, right? To choose a different story, to choose a different path, to choose to get ourselves out of a current situation that we might be in that makes us feel stuck, right? So let's see what else here. We have all paths lead home, and it says inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. Okay. We also have get ready for a new friendship or love interest that is about to enter your life. Okay, so that's important for you. Pile number 3. And then we also have epidote here, and it says go deeper. Okay, go deeper. So I feel like go deeper into the self, right? Especially with us having the Hermit energy, because sometimes we can sit in that Hermit energy and be very withdrawn, feel withdrawn from the world, and feel very, maybe even sad, depressed, things of that nature, right? So in a way, we can be using that Hermit energy in a positive way, or sometimes in a way where we are just choosing to give up and feel like there's nothing I can do to change my situation, and I'm just stuck like this, and accepting that that's just the way that life has to be, is unhappy, right? But this is Spirit saying through the go deeper, it is really taking some time that when you are in that Hermit energy to look very deeply within the self. This is a card of introspection and very deep reflection, meditation, right? Like I said, with the Justice card here, some of you could have been going through some very maybe challenging karmic cycles that you've gone through. But justice is about us being honest with ourselves, and also about us, you know, finding, this is also talking about your inner authority here, right? And justice is about living in our truth, speaking our truth, making the best decisions that we can possibly make for ourselves, doing what is best for our highest good. This is Spirit wanting you to enjoy your life, okay? Do the things that you feel make you happy, make you feel content. And sometimes we don't know what that is, right? So in that hermit energy space, we can take some time to really do some healing, to do some shadow work, to really reflect deeply within the self and truly find ourselves, find out who we are, what our desires are, what our needs are, what things we dream about, the things that we want to create into our reality here. So the inner authority is basically Spirit saying here, you are in control, right, of the reality that you experience here. Okay, so turning your gaze within and honoring where your intuition is leading you towards. This is Spirit wanting you to kind of dig deeper into the self, right? And not really look for answers outside of yourself or look to other people as a solution, right? But for you to more so take some time to reflect within the self, and maybe take some time to think about all of those thoughts that you might have on your mind, for you to be able to kind of sort through them, right? Is it pain that you're feeling? Is it insecurities that are happening for you? We have released the need to make anyone wrong and unify with your truth. So I would say this is more or less specifically for those of you that could be in, I don't know, friendship, maybe relationship type of situations, and you're shifting all of that energy, or maybe even projecting the energy that you're feeling even onto another person. Like, oh, it's this person I don't feel happy, or it's this person's this that is making me feel this way, right? So this is about us kind of taking it within the self, taking accountability for our own feelings, our own vision, and our own perception of what our reality is. Okay, and unifying, like I said, with your truth, what you know. All paths lead home, to me, is basically about, once you listen to your inner voice, you listen to where your intuition is guiding you, knowing that it is going to be something that is truly meant for you, right? But some of you could be making decisions from this place of the Four of Cups, right? Or refusing to see that there is opportunity surround you for you to be able to kind of change the mindset. Okay, this is Spirit saying here, get ready for a new friendship or love interest that is about to enter your life, right? The Four of Cups can also be a need for us to kind of pay attention to the people that Spirit brings into our life. And sometimes we can tune out the world and we're not paying attention, right? There could be a certain friend that comes in, or a certain new relationship that comes in. And really, these are people that your spirit guides may be sending to you. Maybe it's for them playing a significant role in your life. Maybe it is for giving you some type of words of wisdom or guidance, or to help you, to encourage you to heal, or to maybe even help you to look deeper within yourself and discover something about yourself that you had lost and that you're reclaiming. Maybe a person comes in to help you, to serve as a catalyst to help you to heal yourself, right? For you to truly find and discover who you are as a person, and also figure out, what do I like? What do I love? What do I want to do? Who do I, not who do I want to do? What do I want to become? And, you know, doing something that is more resonant for your soul. Okay? So to me, this is about you living in your truth, in your authenticity. But yeah, that Four of Cups can definitely make us feel pretty down. We can lose a lot of faith in that energy. We can lose hope. We can feel just completely, you know, like disinterested. And so this is Spirit not wanting you to feel that way, and to be able to kind of move through and navigate through that energy to find out, what is it that's a trigger for you? You know, what is it that is holding us to this space energetically, and for you to kind of work through that energy to really help yourself navigate through it. Okay, so I do want to clarify this a little bit before we move on to our other cards. And let's see here, what is this Four of Cups energy? Why is the Four of Cups energy here? right? Because this Four of Cups can, let's just say that you're at a job that you don't like, right? And instead of making a change, we're just sitting in it. You know, I want another job. I want to change. I want to be happy, but we're not doing anything about it, right? So this is really Spirit wanting you to do things in your life that make you happy and recognize the beauty of life surrounding you, right? Because it's all about our perception, right? You can take two different people and one person may choose to look at and say, there's no opportunities. There's nothing I can do to change my situation. I'm going to be stuck like this for the rest of my life. Versus someone else that might see it from a very different way and say, okay, there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity there. I can make this type of change, that type of change, you know, so it may require you to do a little bit of digging. And that's what Spirit's saying here. Dig deeper within yourself to find your truth, to find what resonates for your soul so that you can live a life that you are proud of, that you are happy with, right? To do things each and every day that make you feel fulfilled and you feel content with your life versus that Four of Cups energy. Okay, so let's see here. Why is the Four of Cups here? For pile number 3. We have the Three of Wands. Okay, now the Three of Wands is about foresight. It's about thinking ahead. It can also be about us yearning or longing or waiting for something, wanting something, right? Something that we have plans for in the future. But this does require us to take that first step, create a plan, and put forth that energy towards it, right? To create those changes that we wish to see in our future. It all depends on what you do right now, right? If we sit in that Four of Cups energy and we say, okay, I want this to change, I want that to change, but we never take action, we can't expect to get different results if we've done what we've always, you know, we do what we've always done. Nothing's going to change. Right? Nothing's going to change. We can't just expect it to just automatically change. We have to bring our thoughts and our own energy into alignment with that manifestation, with whatever this is that we're trying to bring into our life, right? Aligning ourselves energetically. And of course, it's not easy, right? Sometimes we can be stuck in those lower vibrational energies and not know, what can I do? How can I change this, right? The first part is going into that hermit energy, right? But not just using it in a way that I'm just shutting out the whole world and I'm not doing anything. We're using this as constructive time to actually heal, right? To do the shadow work, to do the inner child healing, to look at our, you know, insecurities, our fears, and we really kind of crack ourselves open in a sense and dig deep within the self. Where are these limitations coming from? Where are these fears coming from? Where is this sadness coming from? Is it coming from past trauma? Is it coming from something that you've gone through pretty recently? What is this energy that we're holding on to? How can we change it, right? How can we work on it? How can we heal it? So let's see here. Four of Cups for pile number 3. Five of Wands. Okay, so this can be an energy of conflict, of challenges, of changes that we need to make. Okay, changes that we need to make. Maybe it's taking a look at what that inner conflict is and being able to kind of overcome it. Okay. The Nine of Wands is a message of resilience. So it's basically Spirit saying, do not give up. If happiness is what you seek, fulfillment is what you want, start to create that. Okay? By looking at choices and decisions. Let's see here. Five of Cups. Okay? So this can also be, like I said, for some of you, it could be a very depression, sadness. Some of you, the Five of Cups can even be struggling with addictions. Okay? Regret, guilt, shame, loss, grief, okay? Especially for those of you that have maybe lost someone, lost a family member, lost a pet, and are needing to kind of work through these energies, okay? Honoring these feelings that are coming up. The Five of Cups is us definitely feeling very challenged by our emotions. Some of you, like I said, you could be feeling depressed, right? And depression is not something that we can just kind of snap our fingers and it goes away, right? It takes work. And so for some of you, it can be that need for connecting with someone who's going to be able to give you the help, right? Because we have the Hermit energy. Some of you can be having a mentor, right? To speak to talk to, somebody that's going to also help you, lead you through that energy, right? So don't be afraid of asking for help. If some of you, if it's needing addiction counseling or grief counseling, or having someone who's going to help you to navigate through those darker or more challenging types of energies, right? Being open to change, being open to writing or creating a different story for yourself, and knowing that it doesn't always have to be that way, right? The Five of Cups card can also be us trusting that even though we might be feeling a lot of this heaviness right now, it doesn't always have to be that way, right? We can honor those feelings as they come up, but be able to kind of process and transmute those feelings and those emotions, work on, maybe even removing any stressors out of our life, right? If the ones that are causing us to feel very anxious or overanalyzing things, right? Because of what we may have gone through in the past. Justice is also about bringing balance to something, okay? So, and I'm seeing the Ten of Cups at the bottom. The Ten of Cups is emotional happiness and fulfillment, right? So this is definitely Spirit wanting you here to really dig deep within yourself, right? Where is this energy coming from, right? That can be you journaling, you meditating, you really looking deeply within the self, okay? Turning inwards, turn your gaze within is what Spirit is wanting you to do, because you are your own inner authority. You are in control ultimately of the reality that you experience, right? Even if you are someone who has lost someone, a family member, a friend, a partner, a spouse, a parent, right? Grief can be something that is very difficult, very challenging for us to be able to release and let go of and transmute, okay? But us actually having the courage to face a lot of those feelings and the emotions and work through them, honor them, right? I'm not saying to just kind of forget the past and forget that you're hurting and forgetting that you're sad. Honor those feelings, right? Allow yourself to release, cry, scream, shout, whatever it is, that you're holding on to there, so that you can help yourself to navigate through whatever this is that you are going through, okay? So that you can continue to move forward, right? Some of you, like I said, you could have been going through some really, really challenging stuff here, okay? Let's see here. What is this go deeper energy for pile number 3? What do they need to know about going deeper? The Queen of Cups, okay? So that is into your feelings, into your emotions, into learning how to stabilize your emotions, right? Which is, of course, when we don't really know what we're doing, how to do it. For starters, with that Hermit energy, it is us, maybe, like I said, some of you could be getting a mentor to help you, right? Somebody who is some type of wise counsel for you, okay? The Queen of Cups is also learning how to nurture ourselves, self-care, self-love, right? Maybe there's a need for you to take some time to fill your own cup, especially if you feel depleted, exhausted, tired, okay? There's a need for self-love here, a need for healing, a need for balancing out your own emotions, emotional stability, right? We've got 4 and 5 of Cups here. That is not stable emotionally. So maybe this digging deeper is you learning how to handle, process your feelings and emotions versus trying to ignore them or to, push them away, but more so honoring them and transmuting that energy, okay? The Queen of Cups is also about our intuition. It's about you being kind and compassionate towards yourself as you are working through these energies, not being hard on yourself. We have the 6 of Wands energy. The 6 of Wands is about victory, right? You have the 5 of Wands here, which is bringing in the challenges, changes that are needed. The 6 of Wands is being able to overcome them, okay? Finding success in delving into the feelings and emotions, allowing yourself to process your grief or your sadness or your shame or your guilt or your resentment or anything that you're feeling as that heart heavy energy, okay? So let's get into your oracle messages and see what else Spirit has for you. Pile number 3, messages for those that are feeling stuck or lost. Spirit, for pile number 3. We have, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Let's see here. We have, there is a stream of love supporting my dreams. The presence of love will always cast out fear. Right? And maybe for some of you, it's really learning how to love and nurture yourself. I am the dreamer of my dream. I think this card came out in all 3 piles. I am the dreamer of my dream, which is really about you creating your reality. Okay, the one that you choose to live in. What I was also saying earlier about, you know, those of you that have experienced some type of loss, right? This is you honoring those feelings and those emotions. Like I said, I'm not trying to tell you that you need to heal right now, or that you need to, you know, get rid of this grief, or you need to let it go. But it's also understanding that if we don't take it upon ourselves to really work through those feelings and emotions, those emotions can kind of take over our life, right? And end up hurting us worse than we may already feel, right? Where we keep ourselves in a place of misery, of unhappiness, and not truly allowing ourselves to process those feelings, right? Sometimes when we go through something that's very traumatic, we can just kind of quickly stuff those feelings away. You know, I don't have time to deal with this grief right now. I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist. I'm going to stuff it away until it resurfaces and starts to hit you at a different time in your life, right? Sneaks up on you. That pain is still there, right? We're quickly reminded of it. You're still hurting. There's still something that hasn't been healed here yet, right? So this is you actually taking that time to dig deep within yourself. Are you grieving? Are you holding on to pain? Are you hanging on to anger, resentment, anything from your past, right? So that we're not allowing that energy to come in a way and take over our whole life. Okay? Let's see what else here. Pile number 3. Right? You honor it as it comes up. Don't stuff it away and pretend that it doesn't exist and that you're not sad and that you're not hurting. Let it out, right? If that means going to a mentor, getting with someone who's going to help you, right? Doing the healing work, going to somebody, maybe a counselor, a therapist, right? With the Queen of Cups energy here. Maybe that means that because we have get ready for a new friendship or a love interest with the Queen of Cups energy. Maybe for some of you, it is going to a counselor, a therapist that just kind of comes in to be able to give you those guidance that you need to be able to process what this is that you're holding on to, right? So that you can overcome it and not let it take control of you. Let's see here. We have, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. And look at how we have this little bridge that's here, right? Right in between these 2 little mountains that are here. To me, those are obstacles, right? We're moving through this energy here, okay? Or what we perceive as obstacles, right? Can also be that, what we perceive as an obstacle. In stillness, I receive, okay? And to me, that is you receiving the guidance, the wisdom, the knowledge that you need to be able to navigate through this. We also have, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. And then we have, I can do less and attract more. Okay, I can do less and attract more. Okay, so I am going to leave this here for you. Pile number 3. I do hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.